If you love your customers, set them free.
Well, that sounds familiar. Your time starts now.
First of all, I think apologies for murdering Sting's famous title of his record, but he should also apologise to a guy called Richard Burke, who was the original quote came from, and the quote was, if you love someone, set them free. If they come back, they're yours. If they don't, they never were. So I'm going to start talking about churn in OTT services and see if they ever come back or if they forget you completely. So at Paywizard, we looked before Christmas at OTT, and we did some quantitative research around the world. We took 1,000 people in 6 countries, in the UK, US, Australia, Singapore, Brazil, and Germany, and to try and get a sense of what people were doing on OTT. And we looked at people who had subscribed, who were thinking about subscribing, and who wanted to subscribe to more than one service. So we got a good sense from them what they were thinking. And one of the interesting things is that globally, almost half of them plan to cancel their OTT services within 6 months. So the point here is it's in the psyche. When they start, that's what they're thinking, that's what they believe, it's how they are, they're joining to leave. And why? Well, not surprisingly, they stay because there's lots to watch, they stay because it's good value for money, and they stay because they're watching series that they haven't finished yet. And conversely, of course, why do they go? They go because they've run out of things to watch, they think it's too expensive, and they finished watching their series. So fairly obvious. So when we looked at that, we decided this wasn't enough. So they definitely go, they definitely leave the service. So let's try and understand qualitatively, by doing some focus groups, what they felt when they went through an OTT service. So we took a company called Decipher. They did focus groups of people who were thinking about joining, who were joining and were happy, and who were leaving in the UK and in the US, to give us a good sense of what they were thinking and what reasons there were for this for churn. And the thing we asked them is in terms of what was important in the experience. And looking at that, what we identified when we spoke to those focus groups is there are 8 what we call key moments that they were focusing on. One, of course, the business of finding, and they wanted a free trial, no real surprise. Secondly, a bit the business of joining, make me feel comfortable. They do like those little help, you know, those little pop-up help things where you can speak to somebody when you sign up. They want to consume, and you will know within 3 months from their consumption patterns whether they're leaving. They want to be able to upgrade, make it simple. They want you to be proactive in downgrading. They want the bill to be very simple, but interestingly, they want you to make it easy to leave and recognise me when I'm coming back. So that was key learnings. And then when we looked, we've got some quotes here, which was again quite interesting. This was a quote from one of the focus groups. They said, "Yeah, and I didn't seem to have any problems with cancelling it. Like it said, are you sure? But there were no reams of paper coming through and things. And then it was clear when my last payment was going out. It was just quite transparent." And that was talking about Netflix. And one of the things they liked about Netflix is it was easy to go, but also they recognised you when you came back, which is a very, very key point. Another quote here. Why should it be easy to leave? Because there is so much new stuff coming out there all the time, so you might think, I would try that one, and because it's better with that one. You're not locked into anything. You can actually turn it off and on, like when House of Cards finishes. So the whole issue with OTT is we have to understand that people want to leave, will leave, and we've got to make it easy for them to come in and go out and take it as part of the business of running this new type of pay TV. I'm going to finish off with a quote from a guy called Christoph Thurn, which I like a lot, which is, in today's battleground, if content is king, then the brand and experience are the queens. And from Paywizard's perspective, focusing on that brand experience is everything, because content's difficult to get and difficult to do, but brand experience you can control. We do some white papers that are available on the Paywizard site if you want to see some of that learning in detail.
Excellent. 19 seconds.
19 seconds.
You said something that was just so counterintuitive, I think. This idea that you should make it easy to leave so people are comfortable with staying. But you said one other thing that really I think is critical. Recognize me when I come back. That means a whole different attitude to who your customer is, right?
It does, and it's the recognition that that OTT customers will dip in and out. It's part of their what they are and how they operate, and they will dip in and out for all sorts of reasons. It may be summer in Sweden, where you've got 3 months when you can actually get outside. The rest of the time you will be watching television. So there's a lot of reasons why your customers will move. But if you set up the service understanding their experience when they're with you, will determine how quickly they come back when they need you again. But that when they come back, if you love them, recognise them when they're coming back. If you don't love them, just ignore them. And Netflix is good for the year, but some people even complaining that year wasn't long enough. So if you're going back onto Netflix, you will get your account back, you'll be able to sign in, and your consumption will be revealed. People want it even longer, because it may be that it takes them more than 12 months to come back.
Excellent. Any questions? One question. Yes, in the back.
Of the people that said they expected to leave, do you have a sense as to how many signed up as a result of a free trial? In other words, what the churn rate of the free trials were?
I think... sorry, the question was, did I have a sense on those people who signed up from the free trial perspective and expected to leave after it, in effect? Not offhand, but it's interesting that the people don't know what they're going to get with OTT. It's not, because it's not traditional linear television, particularly we weren't looking at Gen Zs and Gen Ys, we were looking at normal people like you and I who don't know what they were expecting. So they were going in to test the service, they were going in to see the value of the service was new. So, you do expect that trial, not just free trial, but trialling the service and understanding it. And that 60%, I think, was more to do with, I expect it not to be any good. I believe, by the way, the 60% is a lot less. So I think they come in, find value and stay, but it just shows you psychologically they're not expecting that value.
Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you.